I'm not that pale, really. Look, if I did that, look, see?
Then you're overexposed. You need to turn
I am, yeah.
some of the lights
do something on my
off.
camera, and I.
You're just overexposed.
Maybe get rid of. Maybe move it back a bit. There you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? That's better.
All right.
I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
Camera's further back.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it works when you move stuff back.
I'm guessing you've got. I'll move you back a bit. Cheers, mate.
Hey, diddling.
You definitely got a beer next year, yeah.
I've just finished my fucking whiskey.
All right, cheers. I've got Stella.
The thing is, I was ready. Or you're gonna beat your Wi-Fi. Yeah? I was ready on time.
Yeah. My bad.
I'm just gonna share my screen with you. Hang on. Do the old settings that I haven't done yet. Hang on. And then we go, and then I go like this, and then I go like that, and then I go like that, and then I go like that. I don't have to edit anything. It's all done.
Well, cheers to that. Happy Sunday. I know we didn't do Saturday. We're both busy in some sense.
Well, yeah, we normally record on Saturday. But obviously
I'll tell you what. Every Saturday comes around so quick. When you text me or I text you, I'm like, we're recording. We're both. I bet you any minute when I text you or you text me, we're both like, oh shit.
Yeah. The thing is, we got families, so like we do. Yeah. And because we're only really, we're only doing this for us and our kids, so it's not the end of the world if we're a day or two late. I mean, I uploaded the other one like 3 or 4 days late because I've got lost in the World of Warcraft. I love playing World of Warcraft, and I just get lost in this, literally in the world. And it's so vast. It's such a big game, and there's so many people. It's like a little community, honestly, and it is just magical. And you just kind of just disappear into this world.
Time goes, man. It really
does. Wicked. And I obviously I
reason why I got into gaming in the first place.
Yeah, definitely, it's an escape. And I booked the week off work just to play World of Warcraft because there was the new Dragonflight expansion, which basically.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, because Tim Tapman streamed it as well.
So many people have been on it. It's so good. Like before, you could jump on a mount and you could fly around the map, no problem. But physics didn't really play a factor in it. You could just hover. You could, you could go upside down. You could do whatever. But in the Dragonflight, they've put physics in it, so you need momentum. You can't just fly to the top of the mountain. You need to give your dragon a rest.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there's like so much to it.
That's good.
It's very, very cool. It's very in depth, and there's new like dungeons that you need your dragon for.
I know it sounds stupid, but a bit more realistic.
Realistic, yeah. Without being realistic. Yeah, exactly. I ain't got a fucking dragon. I got a missus, but I ain't got a dragon.
I got a dragon.
But we were gonna record on Saturday, but you had date night with your missus.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we don't ever go out for meals. We don't really do much. It's all around. We basically base our lives. I don't know. It's with you. You base your lives around your kids, don't you?
100%.
And you forget about like you're in a fucking relationship.
You forget you're human and you need to do things for you.
Yeah. So I just went. I'm gonna book a place where we both know really well. I've been associated in this pub for about 17, 18 years. And I've never eaten there, but it's one of the best pubs in the UK. And I went, right, I'm fucking booking a night table there because I've never been there at night time. It's always been daytime. And when I booked it, we went there. It was nice. It was really nice. And then she wanted to go to town because she had so my missus she mainly takes the kids to school, and so does, I'd say, majority of women do. The mums do take their kids to school, which 100%. Is kind of strange. It's kind of, I don't know if that's sexist or not saying that, but
it's not sexist. It's
most
fact.
Mums, you know what I mean. So it was mums' nights out. The ones that they get along with the playground. There's about 8 or 9 of them.
Right.
So I took her out for a meal. Went to go home. I rang my mum to look after the kids, and then she goes, I said, let's go out, mum's night out. So there was like 9 mums, and then my missus, and then that. Me. Everyone's hammered because I got my missus hammered on the wine, and I was stood there like like a spare twat at a wedding,
Love that.
But she had a good time, so that's the main thing. But yeah, it was a good night Saturday, and that's the reason why we didn't do it Saturday. But I forgot to tell you that. That's my bad on comms. To be fair, I should let you know sooner.
Thing is, you say you had a lovely night, but I saw your Instagram picture.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I'll pop that up now so people can see it. All right. Yeah, I saw his Instagram picture. So
I was
I
watching
mean,
the footy.
yeah, you were watching the footy. Did she clock on to
Yeah.
you doing that?
About 10 minutes in, yeah.
She was like, "Why'd you keep looking up for?"
I was just staring at her like that. Oh, go on! And she was like, what? I was like, oh, the football. We ended up sitting next to each other to watch the football.
I love that.
That's
Oh,
class,
bless her.
Yeah, she was like, I want to watch the football. I was like, oh, come on, be my guest.
So you went out with the ladies. I love that. So
Yeah, it was kind of weird, to be fair. It's one of those where everyone's drunk and you're the sober one and you're like, I don't know what to do.
I love those situations.
I'm just like, everyone's having a good time and I'm just standing there watching them and pretending to have a good time, like boogie.
You can have a good time without alcohol.
Yeah, you can, but like, not when it's like the only person you know is your missus and the rest is like other mums.
Well,
I was eyeing them up. I said she was fit. She was fit. She was also fit. And the other one was okay-ish. Yeah, I was saying that today too. I was going, Flynn's mum's fucking fit as fuck, isn't she?
Might have to bleep that fucking name out.
Yeah.
So, going out with the ladies, right? So my mother-in-law, she goes to me, she goes down there, got a funeral to go to. Would you mind taking me and the girls? So that's fine. They're all like 70 years old, older ladies. And you'd expect at that age you would not be a child. Like you know,
70.
Yeah, you'd think you'd have like grown up a little bit, right? Anyway, she gets in the car and we drive off to the meeting point to pick up the other ladies. And lots of stuff happened. Like they were all complaining it was cold, and in unison. Bear in mind, I had a car of 4 old women at this point, or elderly. Let's say elderly. In unison, they all went like this.
What?
Because they were cold. They were all started rubbing their hands together at the same.
Yeah.
Like they were cavemen. I'm surprised my car didn't catch fire. They were just sat there, just fucking rubbing their hands together. One of them kept climbing in and out. So she was sitting behind me, but she was climbing across the car to get out the door on the other side. And I did tell her once or twice, because you realise the door next to you does work. She went, oh yeah, I forget how cars work. I don't have one.
What?
Oh, all right, cool. But that wasn't the bit, like, the bit that got me, it was, they all go on holiday together. And this old chick, I mean, she must be in her late 80s, almost 90s. And she still cycles everywhere. Like, she's a proper, like, she's just on it.
Oh, yeah.
And
I love the elderly cyclists.
It's so funny. Like, when she saw the car, like, my mother-in-law shouted, she goes, oh, come over here. We're over here. Main road, she just walked across. Cars will stop. Mate, they were slammed their brakes on. She got in the car and they were like, what are you doing? She went, they'll stop. The fuck? Like, just no clue. But anyway, she sits in the middle at the back and she's got the other old DSB, like, either side of her. And they all go on cruises together. Now, the funeral was for one of their friends that they normally go on the cruise with. So the dynamics in the friendship group has slightly changed. And you'd think on the day of the funeral that they would just kind of, like, let things lie. They wouldn't talk about anything that's going to probably cause controversy and they would just let it go. No, not this chick. She sat there and she literally just fucking turned to the chick next to her and was like eyeballing her and went, I hear you don't want to go on holiday with us anymore. And she went, what? She went, I hear you don't want to go on holiday with us anymore. And she went, I don't know where you've heard that. And she went, well, I'm not telling you. And she went, I bet it was Margaret. And she went, I'm not, I can't tell you who it is.
Margaret!
But it wasn't Margaret. So you've obviously been talking about us to Margaret as well. So I'll be having words with her. I was thinking, well, hang on a minute. So I turned to the old dear that sat next to me and she looks at me and she went, I'm pleased I'm sitting in the front. They're getting Aggie back there. I was like, you're telling me I'm pleased I'm sitting in the front. And she's like, well, you've got the wrong end of the stick there. And then my mother was like, come on, can we not, you know, we're at the funeral. She went, I don't care. I want to know. You don't want to go on holiday with us anymore? What's wrong with it?
Wow.
Yeah, proper Aggie in the car. And then there was just deathly
These
silence.
women are 70.
Yeah, bro, they're like between 70 and 90 and they're arguing over who's going on their next bingo cruise. Mate, it was fucking hilarious. So sometimes going out with the ladies can be fun. I want to go on a cruise with them lot. I reckon it would be fucking banter. Because if they're that Aggie going to a funeral, can you imagine what they're like on a cruise for a week together? Just getting hammered and just being like nasty. Be funny. I'd love it.
So I was definitely a spare fucking twat at the wedding, like when I was with them, because they were all like, mums and stuff like that, and they were just getting drunk, and I was literally.
Wait, it was a wedding. I missed that bit. It was a wedding.
What's that?
You said you were as a spare prick at the wedding. Was it a wedding?
Yeah, no, it's just a saying.
Okay, I'm dumb.
Prick. So everyone was in the party. They all knew each other, and there was just like all the mums were out, all their boyfriends at home, like drinking beer, looking after their kids, whatever. And then there was just the one mum, which was Nikita, and then I was the only bloke there, and they were like, "Why is he here?" Like sort of thing. So I just like sort of like sectioned myself away, and they were all on the dance floor like dancing, having Jaeger bombs and all that. And I was just like, "There's a live band." I was like, "To be fair, I'm vibing here." I was quite happy.
Loving life.
People watch, when you just watch people.
Yep.
And just see people have a good time, and you're not having a good time. And I was, but I was just like there watching, and mate, the amount of fucking weird blokes that genuinely try with your missus and like other people's wives, I was like shocked, man.
Really?
I didn't do anything. I was just watching like a bouncer in some sense.
Yeah.
I knew a few of the bouncers, but I was just like looking anyway. And then when I saw blokes on the dance, because they were on the dance floor, I just watched, and there was one bloke went to my missus' sister. I'm going to Cubics. I'll see you there. Like, what sort of pickup line is that, mate? Like women, like, and these are like a group of 30 plus ladies age, and like this 24-year-old youngster comes up to her and goes, "I'm going to Cubics. I'll see you there." Like, I went up to my missus' sister and said, "What did he say?" He goes, "Oh, I'll meet you at Cubics." I was like, huh? What? And walked off. And went, yeah. I just saw the facial expressions which said it all, and I was just like, oh my god.
I don't get these young lads.
Guys that just go around. There was like old guys as well that just go around and just start dancing with them, thinking they're like, yeah. And then my missus knew I was watching, which I don't know. Like, she kind of pulled that face, like she said it all, like the face says it all, and she was just like. Pointing at him, like, what the fuck? I was like, don't do that in front of him. Like, you're shrinking his confidence really down. Like, would you do that if I wasn't there? Like, I mean, but
I'm gonna hit on Keita when I meet her. I'm gonna hit on her. Genuinely. I will hit on your missus.
I'll let you. But like, honestly, like, they must have got hit on about 8 or 9 times.
That's
in
good.
the space of about half an hour, and I was just like, mate, that's mad.
Means your missus.
I got hit on 8 or 9 times in half an hour when I'm up with the boys.
Men are desperate, and I'll be honest, but your missus is a good-looking lady. She's going to get hit on, but it's a compliment, if anything. It's a compliment, 100%.
It is. Well, she's punching with me anyway, so you know what it is.
She really isn't, mate. I think you're the one that's punching.
I'll take that.
You're definitely
either way, win-win, innit?
You're definitely the ugly one in the relationship, 100%.
Thank you, mate.
It's all right. I mean, friends are there for honesty.
Yeah. Your missus is also not punching. Like, she can do so much better. You're ugly as fuck. Like, I think we should just swap missuses. Yeah.
For a day.
For a day. Not forever.
What about, what's your sister saying?
I've got 2, by the way.
So, Dean was a little bit late today, and I phoned him, and he answered in the car, and I'm guessing it was like Bluetooth, because I could hear his sister in the background, and me and his sister got on really well. I reckon we got on really well. Does your sister watch the podcast?
Does, yeah. I've got 2 sisters, by the way.
That's fine.
So I did have 3, but one's dead, like your dad.
I was going to say there's plenty of dick to go around, but then you mentioned one's dead, and that would just be a bit weird, wouldn't it? So take that back. I mean, I can take 2 at a time.
Yeah, have them both.
Why not?
One lives up in Hull, and one lives in where I live. So
it's quite far, isn't it? Like for a booty call. How
depends how desperate you are. How far would you travel?
I mean,
though, isn't it? Like, if you haven't had sex for how long? Like, how far would you actually travel?
I've driven to Peterborough.
Like, genuinely, like,
I've driven to Peterborough from Oxford.
Oh my god, that's quite far, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long ass way,
mate. Just for a shag.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be the other way around. I don't think women would travel that far, you know.
Oh no, this same person had travelled to Oxford before to come and see me.
You must have been good.
Of course. Of course, bro. I mean, I'm joking. I have no idea. I reckon I'm shit.
I have the lad Bible. I have all the tricks and
yeah. I read the book
in my book. Yeah. Who hasn't read the lad Bible?
How would you feel if I did tap your sister? If any of your friends tapped your sister, how would you feel?
I genuinely wouldn't care.
Say Pads tapped your sister.
I genuinely wouldn't care. I swear down, like I don't care. Like, yeah.
What if I filmed it and then tried to show you?
Then yeah, I would care. That's a different story, isn't it?
Send you little clips
I
every now and
I
again.
genuinely wouldn't care. No, because I got a real one of my best friends actually. Genuinely, he's got a little sister, and she's about 25, 26 now, and I've always known she's like a little sister to me because he's been best mates with me since I was real young.
Right.
And she's always been like a youngster, like, you know, and we used to like terrorize her and stuff. So she's always been like a little sister to me. And some of my friends that I know have actually like been with her and done things, but it didn't bother him. I asked him and it didn't bother him. It genuinely didn't. He was just like, she can do whatever she wants. She's an adult. And I thought, yeah, fair enough. But funny you say that. When my sister that you spoke to is actually going out with someone I knew who I grew up with. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So that Instagram,
I grew up with him. Like, she's older than me, obviously, but he's a year younger than me, and he's going out with my sister. So my sister's technically going out with someone younger than me, her little brother. But they get on with two peas in a pod. They got a kid together, and I'm like, it doesn't bother me.
So
like,
that Instagram
like,
picture you posted up of you and your sister and I guess your brother and stuff.
Two sisters and three brothers. Yeah.
Were they both your sister? Both of those?
Yeah,
okay.
Both sisters. Yeah.
I mean,
so you're the one who spoke to me. The one who you spoke to is the one on the settee next to me. The one that I think you're on about, like you find very attractive, is the one that's sat on the floor. Am I correct?
I'd tap them both.
You dirty dog. You dirty dog.
No
so
problem.
would
I. That's a different episode. That's a different episode. How old are your sisters then? The lady that picked you up, and obviously the lady that's in on the floor.
Apologies if I get this wrong. Honestly, I don't really know.
Well,
I think the eldest is like 40, and I'm sorry if I got that wrong. She's about 40, the one on the floor, and the one sat next to me, Boo, who you spoke to, she is about 34.
So Boo is younger than me then, because I'm 35, and the one sitting on the floor is 40.
Yeah.
See, my missus is 41. So, I mean...
Well, there you go. Hey, toy boy. Makes sense why you're such a fucking horny little bastard.
Bro, it's like I said to you on the phone, like, I've got a problem. I've got a problem.
You don't want to know what he said, guys.
Well, I wank her like 3-4 times a day.
Yeah, like, so you're 35, right? We're going to go a bit personal here, guys.
Okay,
you're about 35, and you wank 3/4 times a day.
Easy.
Really? That's mad.
Easy.
So I used to do that when I was about 18 till I was about 21.
I can't function. If I get the idea in my head that I need to do that, it has to happen.
Really?
I can't get it out of my head. I can't. I physically.
Fair play to you.
I can't function.
On the time. That's class.
Well, I mean, I
suppose you get in a routine as well. Like you, like
not really. It happens at random times. It can happen at any time. I mean, I can either go for like 10, 20, 30 minutes, or if I'm in a rush, I can bust a nut in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
I can. I'm not even joking.
We've all been there.
I'm not even joking.
Seconds.
I can just bang and then I'm done. Like, if I'm in a rush, like if I'm working odd shifts at work and I'm asleep during the day, but I've got to pick the kids up at 3 o'clock and I wake up at like 2:45. But if I get that idea in my head, I can just bust one before I have to pick up the kids and still be on time. Because I'm in an emergency. I know that once I've picked the kids up and I get them home, there ain't no nut busting then because I'm on dad duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but like I was chatting to some friends the other day, and they go, "You realise you've got a problem? Like that's too much."
I don't think that's a problem.
No, I've actually read into it.
I'm at least one a day. Like at least, like that's like a personally to me. Even if I don't feel like it, I still have to do it like once a day.
I've read into it. It's actually good for you. The more you do it, the better it is. It's good for your prostate gland, apparently. To keep it clear. It's good for your prostate gland, apparently.
Yep. I've seen that as well. More you masturbate is for a man, it's good for your prostate for sure.
I don't know how true that is, by the way. So anyway, you fact checkers out there, I don't know, but that's what I've read. And so now I just make sure that it's completely clear at all times.
24 hours a day.
100%. I just realised we record this podcast so that our kids know who we are when they grow up. My kids are going to be like, "Dad was a horny bastard." Like, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, at 35. But when your kids grow up and they watch this, they'll probably be like 16, 17 watching this, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, like my dad was a horny bastard then. I'm ready to follow my dad's footsteps."
Yeah, we can. Yeah. We can never mention the things I do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories I can't say, which I won't say.
So yeah, I've completely. Anyway,
I feel like everyone's got their own stories that they won't tell. Everyone's got stories that they'll love to tell, and then there's stories out there where you just genuinely keep to yourself and no one else, isn't it? It's like that.
I would tell you like off camera. I would tell you anything. Like I'm not bothered. There are things that things that I would never want my kids to know, like about my past, like growing up and the shit that I used to get up to as a kid, and I'd never want them to know anything like that. And obviously, when it comes to like sex and stuff, I would never ever want them to know what I get up to with their mum, because that's just fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I never. So we're never going to.
This is your mum.
I'm never going to sit on the podcast and go, "Oh yeah, the other night, me and Lucy." No, that's never going to happen, because obviously, if my kids then fucking watch this, they're going to be like, "Mum did what?" And I'm like, "Right." So yeah, that's never going to happen. But like off camera, I'll tell you anything. I don't give a shit. I'll show you.
I think I'd be the same. To be fair, like I'd only tell like a few people I like really trust, and I did like you're one of them. So it was like today. So I've had a quite productive day to be. 10 a.m. left my house, went all the way to Wolverhampton. I helped my dad out basically. He had like.
He needed a wank, did he?
No. He had like huge bottles of acetylene and oxygen.
Oh, nice. And for gas cutting, yeah.
Loads. Yeah. And he told me like these bottles are huge, mate. They weigh about 100 kilo.
They're
like,
very heavy.
Big ass bottles. Yeah. And I was like, mate, what are you doing with these? And he was saying, "Oh, I'm going to give it to my friend in Wolverhampton, like, 'cause that's where I'm from originally." And I was like, I don't know how a big bottle of acetylene is. You can have a look it up and see how much it is. But I think at least like maybe 500 quid, maybe more.
They're expensive.
Big ass bottle. Yeah. And he just gave them to his friend because he didn't use them anymore. And his friend like was have you ever? Well, you're in the car industry. You ever heard of Bedfords?
No.
Like proper OG fucking. I'll show you now if it zooms in.
Oh yeah. Like the yeah. The old school cars.
1939, 1937, like
awesome.
Bedford. Like that, like he has like 8 of them, and he's working on them and doing them good. And collectors would pay a lot of money for them. Anyway, he sent it to him, and I was giving him a hand. So I've had quite a productive day. But my dad was telling me about my mum, and obviously they split up, and how they met, and we went there, and I was thinking, if my dad never drove, so how he first met my mum, the story he explained was he was driving down the road in his Mini back in the day, the old Mini with with the 10-inch wheels, small Minis, proper British car, by the way. And he went, "Fucking hell, she's fit." Right, pulled over, got out the car, and said, "All right, love, yeah, blah blah blah. I'll meet you at the pub on Friday," because obviously there was no internet back then. And there we are. And I said, if you didn't drive down this road at that specific time, saw Mum at the time, pulled over, actually had a chat with her, and met up with her that following Friday, I would not be here right now. How mad is that? Like,
it is mad.
That story, like, he goes, "That's how I first met your mum, is going down the road." And I went, she got off the bus, and I went, "Fucking hell, she got a great ass." I was like, "Cheers, Dad." Like, those stories are all right, but he never explains, like, the sexual side, but he just said, "That's how I first met your mum."
Mate, my mum was a slag.
And that was it.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, my mum's been married 5 times, so...
Mate, my dad was a bouncer in a local nightclub, and you know what bouncers are like. And just got chatting to my mum, and then it ended up in like a
and
marriage.
It was like that, really?
Yeah.
Is that how your mum and dad? I think it's amazing. Like you never hear like stories like that. It's like, imagine like in the next like 20 years, how did your mum and dad meet? Tinder.
Oh, mate.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it?
I met Lucy because she was a customer when I worked at Curry. She walked in as a customer. And as she walked out, I was checking her ass out, and one of the other lads went, "Nice ass on that." I was like, 100%. And then she became my stalker. She just kept coming back to the shop for random reasons, never really bought anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there were days when she would come into the shop, find out I wasn't working and just leave. And then the next day I would come into work and the lads were like, your stalker was in again. She fucking hates that story, but it's true. And then one day she was like, oh, you should have me on Facebook. So I was searching for her, couldn't find her. And then she came in like a month later and was like, you never added me. And I was like, well, I couldn't find you. And then she showed me a picture, and her profile picture was her daughter. And I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking add a 6-year-old kid, am I, on Facebook? What the fuck? She's like, to be fair. And then we went on a date, and that was that, really.
So if, like, God forbid, that's what I mean. It's like those stories. Like, I met Keita similar. I grew up with Keita, like, we were exactly the same age. Like, she's like 3 months older than me.
You've never grown up.
No, yeah, true. She went out with one of my best mates when I was like 12, 13. And then, like, just got to, like, he was a good lad. He was ginger lad, fucking typical ginger, funny as fuck, hero. And fair play to him. And yeah, we just grew up together. And then about 2 years after, you know, when you go to like your high schools and stuff, you sort of separate from everyone, and you kind of find a new friends. And then went through all of high school, not even talking to her. From year 7 to year 11, and then bumped into her in year like back in like first year of college, and then that was it. And then we were like, fucking, that was it. Do you know what I mean? So 17, bumped into her walking from one class to another, and I was like, oh, you're right, you know, give her the nod and stuff. Added her on Facebook, you know, giving her the old thumbs up.
Good old Facebook.
Back in the day. Yeah. And then I remember saying to her, I was like, yeah, do you want to, like, you know, I passed my driving test. We just mainly our relationship was over like text and stuff.
Best way, mate, back
we were
in the day.
Yeah, I know. And it was just like, you know, we bump into each other and, you know, like have a bit of a chin wag, and that was it. And then we just built from there, and we've been together since. And it's like, fucking out. If I didn't bump into her, if I didn't go to college, I would never have bumped her. I would never be with her. If I went straight into the army like my original plan was, because that was it. Leave school, army.
That's just life, though, isn't it, mate? Like, if Lucy didn't ever come to the shop, just life.
Yeah. And I said, like, if like my plan from the very beginning, from year 8, was straight in the army, and I took a year out just to do my exams again, just for goodness sake, and I bumped into her, and that was it. And like, if I didn't, like, Cobain wouldn't be here, Ollie wouldn't be here, and that's what I mean. It's like, if it wasn't for that decision and choices, it's the ripple effect, isn't it?
100%, man. It's a weird one, the way the world works, but just the way it is, I guess.
Little things and stuff, and that's why, like, I see a lot of Andrew Tate videos.
I love
when
Andrew
they say
Tate.
about, you know, yeah, me too. And he explains about his grandmom, and says about, like, they're at a party, at his grandmother's party, and there's about 80 people there due to her and his great granddad. You know, siblings were there, and like, she just stood there, and like, all that life was because of her and his great granddad.
It does amaze me that 6 human beings have come out of Lucy. 6.
Yeah.
And now they're going to go and have kids, and then they'll have kids, and it's just like, what the fuck? It blows my mind. 6 human beings. When we hang the stockings up for Christmas on the wall, like we just recently had, and it's 6 stockings, and you just think, fuck, man. That's a lot of human life that has come out of that woman. It is astonishing.
Like, I couldn't imagine being, like, even me now, even if I wanted to be single for the rest of my life, I couldn't imagine being like 50 years old as a man and wanting to be, like, still single. Just say just shagging about till I'm 50, you know, top G, you know. Or like my brother, he's like he's got a kid, but if he didn't have a kid, he wouldn't have any kids now. And he's almost 40. And I'm thinking, how could I live, like, you know, obviously men can produce till fucking, I don't know, like 70, maybe
like
80, maybe forever, like, but I do feel for the women that, like, I know obviously as they get older it can reproduce. If they go the same route as a man and just want to be single and live the high life, like, you'll get to a certain age where you think, fucking hell, I got, like, you're gonna hit an age,
you're a time bomb
where you're gonna hit an age where everyone's got their own family. Everyone's got, like, you know,
and you're on your own,
kids, grandkids, blah blah, and they've got their own priorities. You're not going to have your fucking best mate,
wow,
that you see every day for,
listen,
you know, maybe for bingo here and there.
Listen to this.
They're gonna have no one to fucking, no grandkids, no nothing. So
I can't mention names, right? But I know someone, a lady, and she's a cunt, for want of a better word, right? And she loves just being nasty. Just it makes her tick. Just being horrible to people, and she lives the high life. She's always out drinking. She's going out doing this, that, and the other, and it's always pictures and everything's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I've put on weight, and for some reason she felt it necessary to bring it up, going, "Oh, you're really fat now." Like, she doesn't fuck about. She just goes through it. Like, "You're really fat now."
Yeah.
And I just turn around and goes, "Yeah, but I can lose weight. You're going to be forever lonely." Because she's single. She's now 40 odd years old. And she's realized I think that saying that to her made her realize that actually, like, her family don't talk to her. They don't like her. She's got no real friends. And the only person that hangs about with her is her ex-boyfriend, that she only hangs around him because he pays for everything, because he's a fucking loser and thinks that she's going to want him back. But she's got no kids, and it comes to a point where you sort of think to yourself, love, you realize that you're going to be 60 years old and Christmas is going to be spent on your own because you've got no kids. You've got no one with you. No one wants to be around you because you're not a nice person. And you'll probably still have this fucking dickhead chasing you because he's a fucking loser. And that just made me smile. I was like, yeah, I might be fat, but I can change that. You can't change the fact that you're a cunt. You just can't. Like, that's who you are. You're going to be lonely for the rest of your life.
There, mate, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hit the nail on the fucking head.
She's the sort of person that wears leopard print. Do you know what I mean? One of those. I fucking hate. Do you like leopard print?
What, on a woman?
On anyone. Leopard print. What the fuck is that?
I'm not going to look it on a man because I don't float that way. But on a woman, I don't know. Like,
it's tacky.
I don't know.
It's tacky.
I don't know. It depends. If it's for kinky purposes, I don't mind that.
No.
But if it's for genuine,
do you want to fuck a leopard?
Style.
Do you want to fuck a leopard?
Look at me. I'm wearing leopard skin or whatever, or skin tight fucking whatever. It's not really my thing now.
It's horrible. I think it's tacky as fuck. Like,
some people like it.
It's fuck. Yeah. Scumbags. It was in Little Britain there was that chick that had like 20 odd kids, and she was one of the characters in there, and she like leopard print. Like, there's a stigma. Vicky Pollard. There is a stigma with leopard print, and if anyone buys my kids leopard print, I'm just like, that ain't the one, G. That she ain't wearing that. Like, fuck that. Like, nah, leopard print is not the one. And also, the big thing that's going on at the minute, talking about style, Balenciaga.
Huh?
Balenciaga.
Is that fucking Adidas spin-off?
It's not a spin-off.
Well, not a spin-off, but it's related to Adidas, right?
They're a similar
Adidas,
company, and they dropped Kanye West, and they carried on with Kim Kardashian, and Balenciaga are now under fire because they've done we've got to be careful of the words we use here, because I don't want to get it fucking muted or anything like that. But they've done a photo shoot which was sexualized, and it was like bondage and stuff, but there were kids in the shoot, and people have turned around and gone, what
was that the
fuck?
guy who owns Balenciaga like sent the apology? This was a while back.
Yeah. No. This is like this week. And
is it this week?
Kim Kardashian is now like being cancelled because she's just like, I didn't know it was going on. It took me 6 days to take the information in. I had to go and speak to some people. Fuck off, love. And now there's this massive thing. And they're also saying that all of this has been going on for years. Like, if you look in Balenciaga's advertising ploys and stuff, in the background there'll be like a book, and the book author is a known paedophile. There was one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was one photo shoot where they misspelled their name, and it was Balenciaga, but with like 2 A's. So someone typed that into like Latin, and in Latin that word the word they spell basically means like something horrific to do with like doing stuff with kids. And in pretty much all of their advertising, it was child related. And now there was videos of Kim Kardashian wearing full bondage gear going to like a photo shoot, and then she had one of her kids in a gimp mask, and there's just all yes, I don't want to show it.
This week?
Yeah. And it's all come out. So now Kanye West is going, I told you, but no one wanted to listen to me. Everyone was saying I was fucking mental. This is why I cut ties with Adidas. This is why I cut ties with Balenciaga. So now there's loads of videos of people throwing their Adidas stuff away, throwing their Balenciagas away, and there's loads of other big name brands that are like, oh shit, we're fucked. And now they're saying that a lot of it is Elon Musk has, because he bought Twitter, if someone was to post something like "I don't like Balenciaga" back in the day, because they were being paid off, they would have just like shadow banned it, so it wouldn't have been made it so big. But because because he's like pro freedom of speech, all of this stuff is all over Twitter, and Balenciaga and all the legal teams like, you need to take this down. He's like, it's freedom of speech. Everything's staying up. Like, I'm not taking this down. If you've done these things, people will find out, and now there's consequences. And so
I fucking love that.
People are saying like Elon Musk is an absolute legend, and all these companies are trying to go, no, Elon's evil, Elon's this, Elon's that. But the people are going, no, Elon's just exposed you, and he's allowing other people to expose you for the horrific atrocities that you and your company have like been getting away with for so long. Now there's a whole cancel Hollywood, because there's so many Hollywood names that have been supporting Balenciaga. So Hollywood now are completely under fire. So mate, you need to look into it. Like, I'm not going to do it on the podcast because I don't want to get muted or taken down. But look at it.
This years ago, none of it's really made sense, and like, we're all taking. It got to a point where I was literally watching the news and I was following the news every single step in every single way, and then there was a lesson in life which I learned. There's always two sides to a story, right?
Yeah.
There's always two sides to a story.
Always.
And then I'm thinking, I'm watching this news right now, and I'm taking every single and this is how I used to look at it. I go, oh right, that's what happened. And then I'd speak to someone and they go, yeah, but look into it a bit deeper. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's on the fucking news. I don't need to, because they told me. And they're like, look at the other side of the picture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to. And I'm like, and then I
was
got
the same
angry.
for a long time.
Yeah. And this is why I said, but there's actually more than two sides to a story. There's three sides to a story, because there's the actual side, their side, the media side. So someone's side. So if you had an argument with your missus, there's your side, her side, and then there's the media side. So there's three sides where someone can literally manipulate it, and that's what I learned in life. And since I saw that, and this is why, like, I'm going to cut this real short and quick with the COVID stuff. That was it. And then I knew from there it was three sides of the story and nothing matched up, and that was it. And I didn't think anything more. But we'll leave that there. But like you said, it's like, that's mad with the Hollywood and stuff.
People were trying to cancel Kanye, saying that he was crazy, saying that he's lost his mind. This is why he left Kim Kardashian. This is why Adidas cut ties with him. And he turned around, you know, his personal trainer, and like famous people have personal trainers. He turned around and said his personal trainer was like trying to kill him, and his personal trainer was fucking crazy and all this, that, and the other, and trying to get him admitted into like hospitals and stuff. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you on about? He's clearly lost his marbles. No. Look into the personal trainer's history. He's ex-military. His job is surveillance, and he was and now his personal trainer is under fire, and his personal trainer works for Balenciaga. So there's an awful lot.
That's crazy, that
mate. There's so much stuff.
He's ex-military and stuff. You kind of think like, with me, I'm exactly the same. Surveillance and stuff. I'm quite a master, like, at it.
It's deceiving, mate. There is so much.
And I'm thinking that, how's he like that going down? I digress. And you kind of don't trust people at all, do you?
No. And now it turns out everyone's going, so Kanye has been telling the truth this whole time. This whole time, everything he has said has been true.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Elon Musk?
On Elon, I love him.
Me too. I think he's fucking fantastic.
Love Elon Musk.
I think I see Elon Musk as the new superhero Iron Man. I see him as Iron Man.
100%.
Like, genius.
Yes, he's an absolute
coming
fucking
out with all
G.
this technology. Doesn't give a fucking shit.
Sorry, you just saying about Iron Man. I sent you a video earlier, I'm pretty sure.
As I said, when you send me videos, I don't watch them.
Yeah. I sent
what have you sent me? I am watching it now, obviously.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you. I'm not 100%
I've watched a couple of them because I'm like, I may as well watch it.
Yeah.
And I've replied to one of them.
I don't know if this is the one.
But I love how TikTok has changed. And I love how TikTok is like muting a lot of people that got banned. A bit like Dr. Jordan Peterson. He got banned from Twitter. He's literally one of the most influential speakers on behalf
No, it's right. It's not that one.
Sorry, I have to mute because I was so loud in my ear.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm mute. Yeah, he's one of the most influential speakers in the fucking West. You know, and he has got ahead. He's got no bad thing about him. He just wants like no one's perfect. You got to realize in life, no one's fucking perfect.
Nope.
You don't follow every single thing. So he's gonna have opinions, but I don't agree with, and that's the way life should be. You know, you learn. It's a bit like this fucking World Cup now. You know, everyone's got fucking, you know, the awareness has been sent out, but you can't expect a whole country to admire, you know, our rights. It's like them coming over to the UK and expecting every single woman to wear a fucking burqa. Like, no, it's not. It's not the way it is. You know?
I'll be honest, I blacked out halfway through this because I was trying to find something to carry on.
But yeah, I'm just like, you know, well, you look back and have a little read. But like, Elon Musk is.
Oh, he's a legend.
Like he's released something with the Hunter Biden's, you know, the laptop and stuff, the details and stuff. Have you read that? Yeah, about Biden, like, you know, about Biden lost a laptop.
Yes.
And then there's rumors that there's child pornography on there. I haven't seen today. I've been real busy today and this weekend.
Fucking Biden's cars all caught fire.
Oh, really?
His cars were in an airport, and like 10 of Biden's cars in his security, and they went and took a load of rental cars out, and then randomly his cars all caught fire. Only Biden's in this car park. There's no CCTV footage of it, and it's only the engine bays that have burnt out, not the whole car.
Engine bays?
No one can work out what's happened. No one knows why they would do that. But anyway, sorry.
How many cars do you know?
It's like 10. All of his cars. All of his security cars. Don't know why.
See, so like there's like from what I read like today from so far, I'm thinking so there's been a slight maybe Biden's a part of the old child molesting thing.
He's mental. I want to get off the subject as fast as possible though, because it's going to get us muted.
Yeah, true. And I think like with Biden and like it's weird because a lot of the big names are all child related. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of it. I mean, we've got Prince Andrew. Even at the fucking Queen's funeral, there was a video of him like putting his hand on a young lady.
He got silence and stuff like that, and he got away with it.
Mate,
like,
look at these videos. Oh, I can't show them to you and the other camera, right? But you can look at on your phone on the TikTok. But
no, send me what have you got? But I mean, like this, the world. I feel like the world's opening up, and I feel like the world need to wake up. You guys need to fucking wake up and see. Don't just go, because I see some comments I see online and
we'll let Dean go off on a tangent, and then I'll make it fun again in a minute. Wait there.
Yeah, no. The world need to wake up and just see, like, because I saw one like tweet, and they're like, "Oh, you're doing such a great job," and like, I'm so proud of you. And the next was like, "Have you not?" I mean, linked another video and said, "Mate, this is what's actually happening." And then
there's
said,
loads of shit going
sick.
on.
There's a sick fucking thing, and you watch the video, you go, "Oh my god!" And then like, yeah, but he's still a legend because look at his Twitter tweet, and you're like, "Oh my god, are you blind?" Like, don't just
you know, Trump is
your mind up.
Trump is running again, isn't he?
I fucking I'd love a fucking Trump win.
I would love it as well.
Love it.
Did you see ages ago there was a big thing about how superheroes should be like different sizes? I think we spoke about it before, and we were like, but they're superheroes. They should be muscular. They should be, you know, they should be depicted as they are, right? I saw this TikTok, and now I sent it to you so you can see it in better detail on your phone, but for some reason you can't open it on the PC, right? But I'll just make it so it's all screen for me.
Can I watch it on mine? Yeah, can I watch it on mine?
Yeah, you can watch it on your phone. I don't know if the camera will focus on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but Superman as a fatty looks amazing. Right?
Oh, so does Batman.
Aquaman. Batman. Mate, honestly, they all look absolutely mint.
Mate, they do, yeah.
They like legit. Like, if there was a look, the Joker looks insane. Like, legit.
Riddler as well. And Wonder Woman.
Mate, honestly, I'm not even kidding. I reckon they should do it.
There's even a Hulk.
Yeah, mate, I reckon they should do it. I reckon it would look sick. But anyway, I don't know why I randomly suddenly thought about that. We were talking about something and it made me think of that. I got two more things I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I've stopped looking at that video. But yeah, I reckon that they should make superheroes fat again. Such a random thought. I don't know why that randomly popped into my head, but it's definitely something that should happen.
Not fat. It's just like I get what you're saying. It's like most superheroes and stuff like that are very slim and perfect physique, aren't they? So like maybe it is maybe time for some sort of
Yeah.
superhero to have.
I mean, they're
like,
super, so they should be muscular and crazy. I'll stick by my original thing. But after seeing that, it could be kind of cool. This video made me laugh. Sorry, I know I'm going quick because I've got a few things I wanted to bring up. This video is fucking hilarious.
Can people see it?
Yeah, they can now.
Okay, I went to go fix my daughter's pacifier.
I've done this before. So she's like, she's checking on her kid, and then she looks at the baby monitor, and on the baby monitor, she sees a person in her kid's room, forgetting it's her. So she goes to kick herself.
Yeah.
She panics because there's someone in the room.
But she didn't scream and wake the baby up.
That's the amazing thing. She didn't.
Ah.
And then she realizes, she's like, oh, fuck, I'm an idiot.
I'm such a twat.
Right. This is going to take some editing. Oh, shit, I just closed the screen down, but never mind. I don't need it now. I saw a thing. So, people, I'm going to be looking at my phone. I'm going to be looking at my phone because I need to look at the screenshots that I took so that it makes sense. Now, for the viewers, I'm going to ping it up on the screen. They're going to be able to see it. But can you see that at the minute?
Wow. I actually saw this on Twitter.
Okay, so I wanted to bring this up, okay?
Interesting.
I'm going to put the image up on the screen so we can talk about it during the edit. In fact, let me take a picture of the time that I'm bringing this up so that I can go and edit it later. And
that's about Kanye West, isn't it?
Well, Kanye West put up the Star of David with the what's known now as the Nazi symbol in the middle. Swastika. Did you know the original use of the swastika though? The original use.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't spell it off the top of my head, but I remember it wasn't as bad as what people think.
No, so.
But if you remember at the top of your head and it can explain it, you can.
It's a Buddhism thing about peace. Yeah. It's supposed to mean peace and serenity and love, and it's all of that and cleansing. So Hitler saw the symbol and ran with it. He loved the imagery of it, so he ran away and he took it a lot off with him. And now that symbol of peace has now got this horrible, seedy, disgusting thing hidden behind it. But the symbol itself doesn't mean what the majority of people know it as. So someone wrote on Twitter, and I'm going to pop this up on the screen. This is where the editing comes involved, but I'll read it anyway. Fellas, I hate to break it to you, but the swastika is an ancient religious symbol, still used around the world, have been used by many cultures in history. Nazis didn't invent it, just stole the symbol without knowing its meaning. Star of David is a religious symbol used by Jews. And then someone else put, now this is the comment, right? This is something that I would write without really thinking about it because it comes from a good place. Like they're a good person. And they've put exactly, not that I'd use it because the Nazis ruined it forever. Fact. Just like rainbows was stolen to mean gay. When I was growing up, lots of kids had rainbows on shirts and cars, and it was because they were beautiful. Now it's forever linked with being gay. I don't see anything wrong with that comment because it's true. Rainbows now are a sign of the LGBT community. And for me, that's fine. But now, if ever you see a rainbow, you don't think, oh, that's cute on a kid's jumper. You immediately think, because it's massively advertised, you now think of the LGBT community. That's all she's saying. Someone else put, I can't believe you just equalized being gay to the Nazis. It's fucking wild. Someone else put, bad take, I'm sorry. Time changes. Rainbows on clothing and co. never symbolized you're gay or something else. That's straight being misinformed. To compare it with Nazis, I don't have any words for it. You need to delete this. Like, that's not what she's saying. She's not comparing gays with Nazis. She's just saying.
Why I love watching the comments.
She's just
Some
saying.
People's thought processes are crazy.
All she's saying is how this is where the two stories are linked. How a symbol has been taken, and now that symbol means something else. That's all she's saying. She never said it was a bad thing. She never said it was a good. She's just saying the factually now. If you look at a rainbow, You think of LGBTQ. If you see a swastika, you immediately think Nazi. But actually, the original meaning of that symbol or the original meaning of rainbows didn't mean that. But language and everything evolves. And I just thought that poor person has not written that with bad intentions. They've literally just put that up just because they put that up. No mad one. Or am I wrong? Do you see what I mean? Or am I wrong? Have I got the wrong end?
No, I don't think you got the wrong end at all.
We agree on everything, and I love it. It's probably boring. Probably boring to watch, but I love it. But I don't see anything wrong with it. I think that poor person has now gotten loads of comments saying that they're in the wrong and they need to delete their tweet. And I'm sitting here going,
no.
I can see their point. Like,
I don't know about you.
My name's Dan.
I don't know about you, Spacko.
Nice to meet you.
Dan. Right. Yeah, I don't know about you, Spacko. I was going to call you Spacko, and I thought, yeah. Sometimes do you tweet and think, or you're about to comment, like I have a thing on my work phone called Workplace. Do you ever think that you want to set your opinion and think, nah, I can't be asked with the hassle?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
All the time. I will write them, but just won't send.
I write them, and then I'm like, do I send that or not? And I think I can't be asked with like the hearing it.
Having to explain yourself
some
after.
People, yeah, and it's just like, if I send this fucking my opinion right now, I'm gonna have to spend the next fucking hour or two defending my opinion.
Yep.
Or,
so you just don't bother.
Or some sort of like, so you just don't even bother. So you got to give credit to people that just send their bizarre opinion, because you read it and think, what a twat, or that is fucking stupid. You got put a bullet for your fucking head, mate. You're fucking thick. But some of them are troll accounts. You can appreciate that. You know, some of them are fake and they just do it for the fucking sake of shits and giggles. But as a proper account, like for me, I tweet and I go, I'm gonna delete. I can't be asked. I just can't be asked.
The other thing is though,
and I'm not the only one. So can you imagine if, like you do it, and there's a million other people's like. And I think like Twitter's going in the right direction for that. Like I reckon if I can go and say something and not have to defend, and like people don't have to judge about it, they can read it and go, oh yeah, maybe have like. But the thing is, you're going to expect someone to get real offended by it, aren't you? And I don't care about that, like, you know what I mean? But like,
do you know what though? The other thing that I do is if I see a tweet that I don't agree with or I don't like, and I think they're fucking bang out of order, I just scroll. I don't feel the need to be like, you're a cunt. I'm going to find where you live. You need to delete this. I just don't agree with you. Not everyone in the world is going to agree with each other. Like, for fuck's sake, get over yourself. How? Who was it? Ricky Gervais says, how fucking. Oh, I can't remember the word he used, but it was like, how vain are you that you think you can go through life never being offended? Like, are you dumb?
Yeah, there's a guy that I actually follow, and I've known through gaming for a while, and his name's Danny Hall.
Okay.
Right. And he actually used to be a streamer for Endpoint CX, one of the biggest UK esports.
Okay.
And his tweets are very interesting. I'll send you some of them. And he's very like masculine man. I
love that.
And I'd love him to like, I think like as we go on for our podcasts and stuff, we may have visitors and stuff. And
we will like at some point.
I feel like he would be ideal, because as much as I know him and I like him as a man, some of his tweets I'm a bit like, he's very like, you know, it seems like misogynist, but he's not. He's far from it. But his tweets are very like misogynist in some way, and very feminist, against the feminists and stuff like that. And like maybe in the future we might have him on there, but I'll send it to you and you'll be interested in what he says, because he's very old school. And I'm just on this thing now. And,
if anyone's watching this, we'll let you go and find them. I'm not going to put his tweets up in case they're controversial. Yeah.
His name is Danny Hall. And he says Danny Hall,
okay.
HARLL. Relentless 1G Val, basically his name is. And he posts stuff like two kids in school, two fat kids fighting in school. And his tweet goes, too much sponge cake in his fists. For his punches to hurt.
I like
just stuff like that, and I just like I think it's really really funny. But like he says, like for example, and the one before that was like, degenerate scruffy cunt. This is what other degenerates look up to. Fucker can't even wipe his own ass. Zero life experience, and it shows.
Who was he talking about?
Someone on Twitch by the looks of it, because you can see the chat.
It sums up a lot of them.
Yeah. And then there's stuff like oh, knock the fucking shit out of this cunt. And then there's another video of like, this is what the GGFF we lose eye troll freaks look like after you lose pistol round. And there's like
yes,
just stuff like that. Like that's what if you lose pistol rounds, that's what they look like. You know, he's very like he's like old school, like our sort of generation. Like, you know, we'll just say how it is and not.
I love that. I wish we could go back to that time.
Yeah,
give me 2 seconds. I just need to go for a piss.
If I'm gonna say, I'm gonna just say exactly the same.
Go for a piss. I'll be right back.
Yep, me too. Bye.
He does go on a bit, doesn't he? I've noticed. He'll go off on a tangent. You start talking to him about Biden and that shit. He just doesn't stop. Anyway, he's back now. I'll stop talking about him.
Hello, you were quick.
Yeah, what I do is I do it like Joey Tribbiani from Friends. I wash my hands while I'm pissing.
Yeah.
You see that episode? It was so funny. Yeah.
Mate, have you ever got it where you change your diet for like a couple of weeks, and I swear down, your farts
are horrific.
And your shits
are horrific.
The worst they've ever smelled in your entire life. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm literally at that stage now.
I went to IKEA.
I went for a piss. I went, fucking stink.
I went to IKEA the other day, and I swear the guy in the cubicle next to me in their toilet, I swear to God, I heard him cacking. I was like, sorry. So, weird one for you, right? So my son hasn't been overly well the last couple of days, right? Or last 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Well,
he's all right. He's all right. He's just got like an ongoing cough. And I said, we'll take him to the doctor. You know, we'll make an appointment. This is something that really fucking winds me up. You know when you phone the receptionist? The receptionist.
Yeah.
And you go, can I have a doctor's appointment? Yeah, not a problem. Who's it for? It's for my son. Not a problem. What's his date of birth? Blah, blah, blah. Name. Is he registered here? Yes, cool. And they're like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, oh, you the doctor? I thought you were the receptionist. No, I am the receptionist. I just need to know what's wrong with him. Oh, I just need to see a doctor. He's not feeling very well. Yeah, but what's wrong with him? Are you the doctor now? No, I'm still the receptionist.
Yeah.
And why the fuck am I telling you? Like, what the fuck has it got to do with you? I understand that they've got to filter, like, whether it's important or relevant, and send people to hospital and all that sort of shit. But like, if I'm telling you my son needs a doctor's appointment, I'm guessing he needs to see a doctor. Like, what?
You have as much knowledge as she fucking does.
No, our receptionist is a bloke, and
Or
the
he.
the
That's me being quite sexist
really
there. Like, you know,
sexist, yeah,
yeah,
really
that is, yeah.
sexist.
Fuck
the,
you.
the funny thing is there's a pattern with our receptionist at our doctor's surgery. He will deny you an opportunity to go and see a doctor. He loves to just say, well, that's not relevant. So what the pattern is, you go, I need to see a doctor. Is it important? If it's that important, you need to go to A&E. We're really busy, and then he'll say no. And then what you do is you ring back in 10 minutes and go, no, no, I need to see a doctor. And you just don't get off the phone until he makes you an appointment. It's a normal thing with him. And he's a bit of a knob. I've been into the doctor's surgery a few times and had arguments with him about it. So when he's like, oh yeah, what, you know, why do you need an appointment? What's wrong? And I always just go, oh, you a doctor now? I always say that to him. And he's like, no, 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 I'm the receptionist, but I need to, no, why do you need to know? I need to, so the doctor, yeah, but I'm going to tell the doctor when I see the doctor. Yeah, but if I write it in his notes and he knows what to expect, if he's a doctor, he expects everything. Like, as soon as I see him, I can tell him what's wrong. I just tell him he's got a piece of Lego.
You got every right.
Yeah. Tell him he's got a piece of Lego stuck up his ass. Well, if that's the case, he needs to go in A&E. Well, he hasn't got a piece of Lego stuck up his ass. Then why would you say that? Well, I mean, because I don't want to tell you what's wrong. It's got nothing. If I wanted you to know, I wouldn't be phoning for the doctor. I'd be phoning for the receptionist. Is that a doctor's surgery? Yeah, cool, great. Is this a receptionist? It is great. So my son's not well. Oh, you need to tell the doctor. Well, in future, you wanted me to tell you. So now, do you know what I mean? What would be the point in having a doctor? What's the point in doctors? Just have receptionists if that's the case. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
I hate it. It's just a pet hate. It's fine.
It's just wasting time at the end of the day.
Literally wasting time.
I need to see a doctor, and that's it. But I get what you're saying, because there's a lot of people where I've been to A&E a lot because I've had a lot of quite bad injuries, breaks and bones, and I've broke a lot of bones in my body. And I've been in A&E numerous times, even with my old man recently. And there's people there that have literally like cut their like face, or they've got a real deep scar, and they've gone to A&E.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know, but there is a minor injury clinic in your area, most places, where they will stitch you up very quickly in about half an hour and fuck you off. You know, just go to that, you know, look it up, and you'll look over where your minor injuries is. Don't go to A&E, because that's why
you're just making everything take forever.
It's taking forever because now they have to go out their own way and stitch you up when they could just go to a minor injury. You don't have to go to A&E if you're feeling really unwell, or if you've cut yourself open so deep where you need stitches. Go to the minor injuries, all right? Don't go A&E, by the way.
You know, people that work in...
I've been there, and people are like, oh yeah, I've hurt my little finger.
My
cut all down here.
My mum, right? She used to work for the NHS, so she's got this like blue card like thing where she gets discount on shit. And she's like, yeah, I used to work for the NHS. Do you do blue card discount? I used to work for she loves telling people she used to work. She was a receptionist at a doctor's surgery. She didn't save lives. She makes out that she's like saved lives. Yeah. You're a receptionist. Fucking my son today, bless him. I'm decorating the house, and there's some weights on the floor, and he dropped a weight on his finger, and he didn't cry or anything. Goes, Dad, I've hurt my finger. I was like, all right, which finger? And he went, oh, I don't want to show you, because it's naughty. I was like, what do you mean it's naughty? Yeah. And he goes, oh, it's my middle finger, I don't want to show you. And I go, what do you mean it's your middle finger? I knew what he meant. I was just playing on it. I was just trying to wind him up. He goes, Daddy, I can't show you. I goes, no, I don't know what you mean, mate. What do you mean you've hurt your finger? It's my naughty finger. And I went, is it that one? And he went, oh, I'm telling Mum. Straight away, I'm telling Mum. I was like, go on then. He went and told Mum, and then he come back in, and he come in the front room, and he come up to me and he went, and walked off. I was like, you little bastard. Just made me laugh. Anyway,
my son's been making me laugh recently as well.
How?
Like, he like, I just said, oh, give me a cuddle and stuff like that. And then like I grab him under my arm, and he'll go, shut your mouth. And I went, you don't say that. And he went, but he was actually referring to me to close my mouth.
Because you're a mouth breather and you sit there like that.
No. Yeah, no, because I was about to like, you know, like go like on him, like, you know, play. Yeah. And he was like, he was like, shut your mouth, so he could like put his hand over my mouth and like, you know, play.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The way he said it, he was like, don't tell me to shut my mouth. That's naughty. And my missus went, no, he's actually meaning like to close your mouth, like. And I was like, Like, I thought he was telling me to, like when he said, "Shut your mouth," I was like, "What? You cheeky little cunt!"
Kids are
Like,
so fucking funny for that
yeah,
sort
they
of
are
shit, though.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my daughter came up to me the other day and she went, "Daddy, Tom hit me." I was like, "All right, Trent, you gonna do anything?" I went, "Hit him back." All right. She walked in, just fucking like uppercut him, so boom. And then because
Show
I'm like
you,
teaching them
fucking
like to
boss.
defend themselves,
Yeah.
like if someone hits you, fucking hit them back. My daughter was sat there minding her own business, just watching her iPad, and then out of nowhere, my son just stood up and just punched her in the back of the head. What the fuck are you doing? He went, "She hit me 2 days ago. I just remembered." It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, you dick.
Yeah, so like leading on to that story about shutting your mouth, right? Yeah, he. So I had these. I don't know if you've. Do you chew chewing gum?
No.
Well, I do sometimes, like very rarely. But I had airwaves, and airwaves like so. This new airwaves is blue, but when it goes in your mouth, it turns green. So when he said shut your mouth, I was like okay, and then I was chewing on the airwaves, and obviously I was probably green on my mouth at the time. And he goes, "Let me check your teeth." So he had my mouth like this. All right. And he goes, he pulled like, like that. And I was like, fucking hell, that fucking hurt.
It fucking hurts.
He goes, "Daddy, your teeth are really bad." Because the chewing gum was like stuck on this tooth here. And I went, I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "You have green teeth." I was like, that's so funny for a 4-year-old to say that. You have
Under this
really bad
lighting,
teeth.
in comparison to you, because you're overexposed, your teeth look unbelievably white, and my
Mate,
teeth look really bad. My teeth are actually white.
If I'm being honest, my teeth are quite white. I do brush them.
I brush my teeth as well, dickhead.
But like my teeth are really good. They are white. I swear.
I've got pretty good teeth.
But I have one hillbilly tooth, I call it, and I'll show you right now. Look.
Yeah, I've seen. I've seen it. I know it exists. I've seen it.
It's just one tooth that decides to fuck off south, and everyone else is stood in line like a perfect soldier, like these. And then I have one tooth that just goes, "Nah, I'm alright, mate."
My teeth ain't bad, and it's actually natural for them to not be completely white. I'm quite happy with my teeth personally.
Yeah, no, I don't get like my teeth ain't like perfectly white. They're still like slightly discolored, but I can get them perfectly white if I wanted to. I don't want to pay for it, but I brush my teeth every day, and that's what I need to do. Like if I want to be perfect and have a good old figure, then I'd go to the dentist and get them whitened. But
yeah, fuck that bollocks. Anyway,
yeah, too much fun for that.
It's fucking past 11 o'clock because of you and
yeah. Sorry, my man.
Knobhead.
Let's go and chill and play some RuneScape.
I'm gonna probably bang a movie on. I'll be honest.
Oh, really? What movies are you watching at the moment?
I watched Pulp Fiction last night.
Oh, really? An old school one?
Yeah, I might watch Shooter tonight. It's a Matt Damon video film.
Oh, mate, that's so good.
Is it good?
No, not Matt Damon. It's Mark Wahlberg.
That's it, Mark Wahlberg. Yeah,
I'm
gonna watch Shooter tonight.
So much.
Anyway, but
watch the series after that one. By the way,
is there a series of it?
There's a series on Netflix called Shooter. That's really good.
Have you watched Wednesday?
No, what's that about?
Really good. Wednesday Addams, about the Addams family. It's the new Netflix thing, and it's taken everyone by storm. It's absolutely wicked. It's like Mean Girls. You know Mean Girls, the movie?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like a proper teeny bopper. She goes to school, everyone hates her, but it's actually really fucking cool. I enjoyed every second of it.
Oh, fair enough.
You should go watch it. People are saying it's better than Stranger Things. Nothing's better than Stranger Things. It is good. It's not Stranger Things.
I've only watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes of Stranger Things.
You're a cunt. Go and watch.
I need to watch more.
I'm not speaking to you.
Is it really good?
Mate, Stranger Things is fucking amazing, and it gets better and better every season. Like,
really?
I'm jealous you haven't seen it all. It's actually really good.
Ah, mate. Well, I've got 8 weeks off soon because my operation, so I'm definitely going to be watching them.
You having your dick removed?
No, my ankle.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
My ankle, yeah. So my ankle's being reconstructed, so basically back to normal. And then I'll be... Yeah, I can't wait. To be honest, mate, I've been waiting 2 years, so...
I remember you saying
it's been
Yeah, you've whinged about it quite a lot.
Weight on stuff. Yeah, because, well, when you're walking every day and you're in pain, and there's a point where you just give up on painkillers, it's like, you just live with it. and then they're taking 2 years to fucking act on you because you're young and stuff like that. And
Oh,
when
well,
they say,
lad.
"Yeah, we
You're
can
so hard.
finally work on you," I'm a bit excited. But thank you for the chill mag as always, my man.
I know, bro. And I'll see you next week when you've watched another episode of Stranger Things and told me how much you
I'm
love
gonna have
it.
to watch them again because I haven't watched them for
All right,
ages. So
do
I'm gonna
that
have to
then.
start. I kind of like no. The last episode I watched is when she was by the pool, some like the timid one, and then she disappeared from the pool. I think it was a monster or something.
Ooh.
I think it was a monster or something because she was there, and then it was like basically the camera was on her, and then next minute she was like ah, and then next minute the guy was stalking her with the camera, and then next minute she wasn't there by the pool. So that's my last one. I think that was episode 3 or 4 on episode 1.
You need to go watch
season 1.
it.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
All right, say goodbye.